podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. You can now get $400 off every window and $800 off every entry and patio door from now until the end of August. That's $0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for a year and a half. Call 717-727-7558 or visit rbacentralpa.com/deals to get more information. Remember, deal ends August 31st. Pennsylvania is one of 11 states experiencing a salmonella outbreak. Meanwhile, a university gave its former president a $3.7 million home loan. If you shopped at a Wegmans last week, check you didn't get double charged. Finally, these tailgaters are hardcore. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in a PA. Pennsylvania is one of 11 states experiencing a salmonella outbreak, reports CBS Local Philadelphia. At least 26 instances of the illness have been reported, says the CDC, with 9 hospitalizations. As for where the salmonella came from, officials state this outbreak has been linked to small turtles, which, by the way, are illegal to sell as pets if their shells are less than 4 inches long due to the amount of illnesses they can cause. Whether the turtles that caused this outbreak were sold illegally, however, hasn't been confirmed. And if some of you feel like you're getting deja vu, that's because this podcast reported on another turtle-caused salmonella outbreak last July. The CDC advises anyone with a pet turtle to avoid kissing them or snuggling them and to always wash your hands after handling them. Amy Gutmann was one of the highest paid administrators in the country during her time as the president of the University of Pennsylvania before she left the position in February 2022 to serve as the U.S. ambassador to Germany, reports the Philadelphia Inquirer. And along with her base salary, the school in 2020, according to tax records, authorized a $3.7 million home loan to her at 0.38% interest to help her with, quote, presidential transition. This isn't the first loan given to Gutmann by the university either, although it's been the largest. $700,000 was given to her in 2011 as a quote-unquote employee loan, and a $1.25 million was given to her in 2014 for, quote, retention/recruitment. These two were later forgiven by the university, although this most recent one, Gutmann doesn't seem to have started to pay back. Now, while this may sound illegal, it's actually not, nor is it uncommon, with many other elite universities like Columbia doing the same thing. The U.S. Office of Government Ethics even cleared Gutmann to serve as ambassador after she disclosed the loan. Still, many view the practice as money misspent, especially given that it could be going towards more income for schools. Says Penn professor Jonathan Zimmerman, quote, I think presidents have incredibly hard jobs for which they should be well compensated. But there's well compensated, then there's obscene. If you bought something with a credit card at a Wegmans last week, check to see you didn't get double charged, says CBS Local Philadelphia. The company revealed Tuesday how these accidental charges occurred last Wednesday, August 16th, and they're currently in the process of reversing them. So, if this did happen to you, you should see refunds on your statement in a few days. If you used a debit card, on the other hand, you're all good. The end of summer is nigh, and thousands, if not millions, of people across the U.S. are gearing up for football season, says PennLive. And with football season comes tailgating season. In recognition of this impending time period, Crestline recently published a study that laid out various trends of tailgaters by surveying 1,000 football fans across the nation. When it came to the quote-unquote most hardcore tailgaters out there, Eagles fans ranked third, beaten only by Titans fans in second and Saints supporters in first. Steelers tailgaters also touched down among the top 10 rankings by getting deemed the 10th overall most hardcore. That wraps up today's episode. For even more news, check out PennLive.com. And please don't forget to leave this podcast a rating and to share it around with your family and friends. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll talk to you during Friday's episode of Today in a PA.
This
podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. You can now get $400 off every window and $800 off every entry and patio door from now until the end of August. That's $0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for a year and a half. Call 717-727-7558 or visit rbacentralpa.com/deals to get more information. Remember, deal ends August 31st.